What is going on, everybody? My name is Keenan, and welcome back to another episode of Hornets Recaps. And on this episode, we'll be discussing the Charlotte Hornets victory over the Dallas Mavericks, 117 to 90. And without further ado, let's go over the box score and stats throughout this game. All right, so taking a look at the box score for the Charlotte Hornets in this victory Tuesday night, Brandon Miller with 17 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 6 for 10 from the field, 2 for 5 from 3. LaMelo Ball had 15 points, 5 rebounds, 9 assists, 6 for 19 from the field, 2 for 7 from 3. Colin Kneppel had 13 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 6 for 14 from the field, 1 for 7 from 3 in this game. For the Dallas Mavericks, Brandon Williams leading the way with 18 points, 4 for 10 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3, 10 for 11 from the free throw line. And Dwight Powell also having, PJ Washington having 13 points, 4 for 11, 1 for 4 from the field, 4 for 6 from the free throw line in this game, along with 2 rebounds, 3 assists. And Dwight Powell with 12 points, 3 for 5 from the field, 6 for 8 from the free throw line. Taking a look at the team stats, you had the Hornets shooting at 47.7% to the Mavericks 37.8%. The three-point percentage, not great if you're Dallas, 3 for 22, which is 13.6%, to the Hornets 20 for 51 from the field, 39.2%. Free throw percentage, a lot of free throws for Dallas, 31 to 42. 73.8 to the Hornets 68.4. So Dallas winning the free throw category. The Hornets shot 13 for 19. The total rebounds 42 to 49. The Charlotte winning that category with 13th offensive to Dallas 7. Defense rebounds 36-35. Charlotte winning that category as well. The assist numbers 19 to 7. Dallas winning that category. The block shots was 7 for Charlotte, 4 for Dallas, and the steals 11 to 7. Charlotte winning that one. The turnovers were even, 14 apiece. Points off those turnovers, 9 for Dallas, 7 for Charlotte. Fast break points, 12 for Dallas, 10 for Charlotte. 0.90 for Dallas, 1.19 for Charlotte. Personal fouls 31 to 19. Again, that explains the free throw numbers for Dallas. And you also had the largest lead category with Dallas only leading by 2 points to the Charlotte Hornets leading by 27. My Hornets player of the game goes to Costain James with 13 points, 5 for 8 from the field, 3 for 6 from 3, along with 3 rebounds, 2 assists in this game. Costain James really stepped up in Kobe White's absence last night, again dealing with that calf injury that he's been dealing with ever since the trade deadline with the Chicago Bulls. So with Costain James definitely stepping up in big ways, and also the bench too, which we'll get to more in a moment. And Costain James definitely made some good decisions, especially on one play where he went all the way to the hole and the defense was not able to stop him whatsoever. And he was smart to take the 2 points rather than shoot the three ball during that possession, and found the lane pretty much wide open and went on to go for a slam dunk there. So Costain James making the right decisions with the basketball in this game. And the plus minus for Costain James is also a plus 30 for him. And shout out Josh Green as well, for sure, which we'll get to more of the bench in a moment. So Costain James is the player of the game. So what are my thoughts during this game that took place last night? Well, I thought it was a great overall victory for the Charlotte Hornets last night. And there's a few key players missing. No Cooper Flag at all during this contest, and no Klay Thompson, no Kyrie Irving, just to name a few superstars for the Dallas Mavericks. Cooper Flag dealing with a leg injury during this time, and Klay Thompson is dealing with some injuries of his own, and Kyrie Irving pretty much out for the rest of the season. As of right now, that could change due to some things that could possibly come back. But no Kyrie Irving either in this game. The bench for the Charlotte Hornets, but we can finally get to Josh Green will be the first man up on this list with 11 points, 4 for 6 from the field, 3 for 5 from 3. And he had a plus 36 net rating, which is unbelievable. So Josh Green making a huge impact coming off the bench, making big shot after big shot after big shot. And shout out to Grant Williams as well with 12 points with 4 for 6 from the field. And all of his shots uh, happened to be 3-point shots in this game and having a plus 23 in this game. So the bench making a huge impact in this game a with Kobe White being out in this game. So and the and with the starters also struggling in this game. So the bench doing the work for the starters in this game. One quick shout out I want to give out is to Ryan Kalkbrenner with 10 points, 4 for 4, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, and a plus minus of plus 18 in this game. So shout out to Ryan Kalkbrenner, the backup center for Musa Diabate. Now, when it comes to the starters, Nipple struggled once again, in my opinion. Well, he didn't really struggle per se, but he wasn't up to his regular numbers as we used to seeing. So he went 6 for 14 in this game, like I mentioned before during the stat read in the first segment. 1 for 7 in this game, and did not make a single free throw in this game either. So Nipple definitely not definitely has cooled down and throughout the last few games against the Blazers and now the Dallas Mavericks. Now, it seems like for the Dallas Mavericks, they were able to hang on pretty well throughout the first quarter and the mid second, or throughout the first half, rather. So the Hornets were able to build a huge gap later in the second half of this game. And with the Hornets, they were able to put up the largest lead, that being 27, that being part of the final score being 117 to 90. And they, the Dallas Mavericks were able to put up a fight at certain points of this game, and the Hornets were able to just respond. It's just simple as that. So great overall win, and it was them, great to see the Hornets rather get to 5 in a row. One quick thing before we get to our Boston Celtics preview, for which is the Nets game coming up on the schedule. Tijon Chalon had a scary fall throughout this game, and it was late in the fourth where he kind of got shoved in the back a little bit and was able to land pretty awkwardly. So prayers up for Tijon Chalon. Hopefully the injury is not too serious, but it seems like the injury that he suffered during that fall was a quite a big one. So a bench player might not suit up for the game against Boston, which we'll get to in a moment. So Tijon Salon is definitely going to be missed during this time. So I bet he's going to be out for at least a couple of games during the stretch. So Tijon Salon, prayers up to him. We don't know the exact injury to him, and a update will most likely be on the horizon later on today. So prayers up to Tijon Salon. So the next game for the Charlotte Hornets will be against the Boston Celtics at TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. This will be the first game of in Boston all year long, and we are officially at 500, folks, 31 and 31, and we are currently 19 and 2 as the starting five, and that is unbelievable what LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller, Knippel, Miles Bridges, and Musa Diabate has been able to do during this time. So 19 and 2 is their record before the Boston Celtics game, and this is going to be probably the most toughest game in quite some time. Boston Celtics are playing well against without Jason Tatum having 20 losses on the year and being second and third in the Eastern Conference as of this recording. So we'll see what happens in Boston. We'll see if Continental can finally get going and Brandon Miller can continue his impressive numbers as of late. So that'll do it for another episode of Hornets Recaps. Again, the next game will be against Boston tonight, March 4th at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time in Boston. So we'll see what happens with that one. It's the last game of a quick it's the start of a road trip, I should say, which we'll get to in a moment. And before I forget, I forgot to mention my prediction of these next 10 games. So my prediction would be 7-3 in the next 10 games, starting with this Dallas game, which we're off to a great start throughout the first or these next 10 games, I should say. So great start if you're a Hornets fan, and let's see if we can keep this momentum going. And until next time, have a good one, folks. See ya.